Hello vegan hearts. In today's video I want to talk about the benefits of active poses in yoga. And I'm talking about the experience that I had after 5 months of practicing the sun salutation, the Surya Namaskar, every morning. And I started this because I was crippled by excruciating sciatic pain. And I first started holding the poses very long. I was forced to it because I wasn't very agile. I was really crippled by this pain. I had to move very slowly and I couldn't get in and out quickly out of the poses. And now after 5 months, I find that a little bit boring to just stay in the pose forever and just not move. So now, when I am in the backward bend, I bend backward, come right back up. I bend backward, come right back up. In the forward bend, I make small up and down moves in my hip, and I start swinging from the left to the right eventually. And when I'm pretty warm, I grab my big toes. I grab my 2 big toes and then go deeper in the pose and repeat the up and down motion and the left and right swinging. And when I'm even warmer, eventually I grab my knees and I hug myself, and then I can tie myself up really tight, and then I press my legs against my arms. And during this procedure, I get deeper and deeper in the pose. In lunge, I sort of make walking lunges. So I change left foot and right foot quite often. Or I get in lunge and then I start moving my hips. This also is really makes the stretch more intense. So I roll my hips from left and right, or I circle my hips. I do circling motions with my hips. It's pretty intense and a lot of benefits in there. Then I do the half split. This is where you are on one knee and the other leg is stretched out. And this is the same thing. I either move my upper body from the left and right, swing, or slightly up and down. This intenses the stretch, makes it more hard. And or I move my hips, so I circle my hips, or I move. What I can also do, since now the time has passed and I feel like my body's opening up, I can't turn, so my lower body stays in the position of this half split, and then I just move my upper body to the left to the right when the left leg is straight, and then I go right as far as I can go, and then I start swinging back and forth or up and down. This also intensifies the whole thing. In a plank pose, I walk. I walk with my hands on the spot. I walk left, right, and left, right. And when I'm pretty warm, I walk forward and backwards. Forward and backwards. This is makes me sweat a lot. And in Cobra pose, I feel in Cobra pose how tight I am, and I'm really careful I do circling motions and swinging from the left to the right. It's similar like in the forward bend, but it feels totally different. And I have to really be careful that everything is in a line, right in line, because when I am in backward bend and there's only one spot where I feel the bend, it's not good. So when some spot is like too tight, then I release it and I just stay on my elbows. And when I feel okay, I'm warm and maybe I can go for it, I straighten my arms a bit and then I start doing this. But as soon as I feel like this is too intense, I just relax and go back to my elbows. And in downward looking dog, I always do this pose with slightly bent knees. There's two versions or two variations that I can do, and one is, so I go into downward looking dog, and then I straight out one leg, and the other stays, so is bent, and then I just alternate. I straight and I just change the straight leg, straight, bend, and or I focus on my upper body. So in downward looking dog, I make a circling motions with my shoulders. And that also really is pretty intense. And this procedure makes, for me, so I don't like the long holds, the long passive holds. I do them after I want to leave the pose. There's always this sweet spot when I feel like, okay, it's enough. I want to stop. And I feel like this is the thing where it starts getting really interesting. And before I stop, I just take 10 more breaths or 5 more breaths, depends, or 20, depends. And just keep the pose and breathe. And then I go out to the next. And doing all this for, 2 weeks or 3 weeks now makes me feel like it makes a difference. I feel that I can see my progress, and I feel like my body really is opening up. And I'm not scared that the pain will come back or something. So it boosts my confidence, and I just love it. And we all want flexibility fast. But when we say fast, we talk about, or we think about easy to. When we say fast, most of the times we think like we want it easy. So this is the fastest way. So doing these active poses in yoga, to me, is obvious. So I feel that I never had this progress. I never experienced that. And the other reason why I never did, now I'm doing a daily practice. I never had a daily practice. So daily practice in active poses are the number one recipe for fast flexibility. Well, fast is relative. Fast means effectiveness when you do it with the right intensity. This is what I mean when I say fast. Do what you do with the appropriate intensity, and you will create the effectiveness that is necessary to see the results that you want. And the effectiveness in yoga comes when you do it daily and when you do it active. The intensity, that depends on your how you feel. So how you can wake yourself up how you can warm yourself up. Also a little bit how brave you are, because there's always a sweet spot. The sweet spot where maybe you feel sort of pain, or you feel something that could be pain, you're not sure what it is, or you feel tingling sensations, or you feel very uncomfortable emotionally, you want to stop, you want to leave the pose. And I developed a sense for these interesting moments, and I figured when I learned to stay in the pose, that's where the benefits are. Okay, that was just a quick video about benefits of a daily practice and active poses. Thanks for watching, and I'm going to finish up this video with a request, and I ask you, go vegan. Veganize it, veganize your mind, your heart, your life. Bye.